facing the police every single day.
How you doing? How's it going, man? I'm doing bad, man. Did you hear what the Sarasota sheriff did?
Did not. Sheriff Knight?
Yeah. Did you know he has an illegal list of gun owners? He's got the gun pawn list. It's a third-degree felony, $5 million fine. We found out about it 9 months ago.
Yeah.
I gave the evidence in an affidavit notarized to the state attorney, Ed Broski. And by law, under 790.335, he's supposed to prosecute. And he won't do his job.
Yeah, I mean, we don't, because we're city, we don't.
Right.
I'm gonna get one. You want one?
We don't. I mean, we don't really hear a lot that goes on with the sheriff's department, but
right.
Unless obviously we work on something together. But
so, what do you guys? What do you do at this point when the state attorney won't do their job like they're supposed to? The sheriff's own people won't do their job like they're supposed to.
Honestly, I don't. Other than the state attorney, unless it's like...
Actually, it's funny you mention that. So, okay, so I went to the state attorney. I actually met her in person, had all the evidence, gave her the evidence, and State Attorney General under 790.335 is also supposed to prosecute the civil part for the $5 million fine. And I've given their evidence multiple times. She won't do anything. Then what do you do?
I guess you would have to go to the state with
who do you go with? So
like
DeSantis or FDLE?
Yeah, like Tallahassee is where FDLE is. I don't know if you'd have to go through them.
Right.
Because the state attorney, at this point, I mean, above them, then you're going to like district court.
Right.
Then Supreme Court.
Right.
But I don't even know if FDLE, because FDLE handles, well, it is a criminal violation.
Yeah, actually
so
it is.
I don't know if FDLE could do something about that.
Right.
That might be a step, but I think they would still have to go through a state attorney.
Right.
So.
Well, I know, and I went to him twice. First, I gave it to him. I didn't do it in an affidavit, but I just gave it to him in person. And then the second, that didn't work, so then I did an affidavit that was notarized. That didn't work. So what do you do now? I mean...
Gosh, that's above my pay grade, bud.
You know what I'm saying? Did you ever...
Sure.
I mean, did you guys ever see this list?
No, I've never seen that.
By the way, I was the one that redacted the last names. In fact, actually, the sheriff threatened to arrest me because I had this list, even though he gave me the list.
You got that list from the sheriff's office?
I did.
And he threatened to arrest you for having that?
Yes. Yes. He's already been spanked for threatening that.
Well, so
because 790 is for government workers, not for once a reporter gets it, too late. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, dude, this was just 1 month, 113 names. If you pawned a gun or sold a gun, they literally have this list. I mean, dude, look at this. The name, the place where they pawned it, the gun, everything.
So, the pawn list, I believe, is public record because there's a website called Finder.
Actually, that's interesting. It is, but it's not.
Right, because if somebody has a stolen item,
they
can get on Finder.
Actually, you're correct. So under 790, what it says twice is that the police and the sheriff are only supposed to get it if a crime was committed.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So if they run one of these guns and it came up hot, absolutely they can get all the information, right?
Yeah, because I mean most of the time we would do that over the radio.
Can I give you my card? I mean, sure. I'll send you the rest of it, dude. It's insane, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got a lot of documents. Here's the sad part: the Charlotte County Sheriff's involved in it. Dude, Charlotte County Sheriff is literally freaking profiling people just for this. And this, like I said, this is just for pawning a gun and selling a gun. These aren't criminals.
Right.
I actually called them. Nobody was a criminal. You know what's really funny too? One of the people on this list was a
police officer.
Yes. That was funny.
Odd.
I know, isn't that weird?
Most of the time, anytime that we interact with that, it's when we run a serial number on a gun to find out if it's hot or somebody has a stolen item.
Right.
And then we'll actually put the serial number if they have it available into that database.
Correct.
So it will be marked if someone does try to pawn it.
Correct.
Because if I steal a gun and I try to pawn it off,
absolutely,
we try to get that information to the pawn shop
right
as soon as possible.
Right.
Because when they go to pawn that, it's already marked as hot.
Correct.
Then they can call us to respond.
So that's, I guess, where they were screwing up. They were just, when they were doing their search for this, they were just saying, give us everybody anyways. They're only supposed to get the gun and the serial number in the beginning, unless it comes up hot, like you said,
right.
And then they get the rest.
Right.
But this is everything. You see it, right? I mean, dude.
So I've never actually seen this in person,
kidding.
because whenever I try to run a serial number, I do it over the radio.
Okay, so they call it in for it, right? Yeah, the lady in Records Department got in trouble big time. She got in trouble because she didn't double check, triple check enough.
Right.
But
right.
But yeah, that's why I thought I would drive up there to see if you guys know that. What do I do next? I mean,
honestly, I couldn't even tell you. That's so high above me.
I know. So who's is the highest in command, or who is the next highest?
Through us?
Yes, that's here today.
Probably a lieutenant, or I don't know if the deputy chief is here. A captain even.
Okay, and these, we got some standing there, some standing there. Who would be the highest?
These are sergeants, but Lieutenant Armstrong is in the polo by the tree right there.
Right.
Because at the sheriff's office, the highest that's an elected position is Sheriff Knight.
Correct, yes.
So, honestly, I don't know if any of us could even give you the correct answer, the next step to take.
Right.
Just because we don't have any accessibility. I mean, state attorney is closest person that we deal with, even when it comes to criminal charges.
Right.
Above them, I don't even know where you go.
Wow.
All
right.
So,
well, you've been fair. What's your name?
Officer Pangala.
Andy, good to meet you, man.
Good to meet you.
I'm still going to ask around anyway.
Yeah,
see what
by all
they
means.
say, man.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day.
You ready to ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, did you guys know, and this is sad, and that's why I'm here, to see if you guys can help me out what to do. The Sarasota Sheriff, Tom Knight, has an illegal list of gun owners. I asked for the gun pawn list, and they actually sent it to me. And you're not supposed to have it. If you pawn a gun or sell a gun under 790.335, you guys are only supposed to get the serial number and the gun, and then if it's hot, then you get the rest, okay?
Yep.
So he did this. We have proof. This is just one document.
So it's probably not Tom that did it. It was probably his PIO, would be my guess.
The records lady got in trouble. You are correct. She got in trouble. But he's still not supposed to have it. He's only under 790. He's supposed to just get the gun and the serial number.
Yeah.
So do you guys know 790, or can I?
Honestly, I do not.
Go in and look at
I would have to go reread it. And,
so can I mention quick what's happening? Okay, it's a third-degree felony. Honest to God, $5 million fine. I found this 9 months ago, and it says in 790, if you have the evidence, give it to the state attorney. I've been to Ed Brodsky twice, by the way, and I did let Tom Knight that he's got it, and they found themselves not guilty. Isn't that weird? But anyways, I went to the state attorney twice. One time without an affidavit, he did nothing. Then I went there with an affidavit, notarized, and he did nothing again. And under 790, he is
nothing regarding what? Like this?
Yeah, it's a third-degree felony for Tom to have this. I can have it now that I'm a regular Joe Schmo. 790 is made for the government workers, not for regular Joe Schmo. So,
honestly, you're talking to two guys that if the state attorney, when I have legal questions, I go to Ed Brodsky.
We defer to him.
And this is, you're delving into something that's got so much detail.
So what do you do if
I'm not an expert.
Ed's not doing his job?
I mean,
yeah. There are other state attorneys. I mean, I realize it's this jurisdiction, but
well, that is interesting you said that, because the $5 million fine part of it is if I give evidence to the state attorney general, Ashley Moody. I gave her the evidence in person, and she did nothing.
Yeah,
so what do you do now?
Know.
Do I go to DeSantis? You guys have any idea?
Everybody's got a boss.
I know. That's why
you have a problem with me, you go to the captain.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think you guys had it. I started asking everybody. Can I give you my card?
Sure.
Yeah, you guys might have heard of me, might have not. I'm a reporter for Charter County Copwatch. I drove an hour to come see you guys, to ask you guys, what do I do now? I mean, this is crazy. Like I said, the state attorney's not doing their job. State attorney general's not doing their job.
Yeah.
Tom's own people aren't doing their job. Do you guys have the right to arrest him if he committed a crime?
No. I mean, if the state, basically the state attorney,
right,
is what interprets the laws for us.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And that's a tree I wouldn't bark up. I would go to the state attorney and say, what do I do about this? Because you understand. And they'll have a specialist in 790, somebody who deals with it more than, more than what we do on a daily basis.
You have no idea how many times I tried. Man, I'm getting stonewalled. So like I said, so who's his boss? Ed Brodsky.
I gotta wonder if it is.
Is it Ashley? Is it Ashley Moody or DeSantis?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look at it.
Right.
Yeah.
I bet if you just, you're a YouTube guy, you're on the internet, you just Google it, I'm sure it'll probably Google
true.
who's Ed Brodsky's boss.
It's
I'm
more
sure
fun
else
coming here to let you guys know, though. So, and by the way, I am not an Ian McGuire, okay? I'm not going to have this. Well, I wish I could have FTP. But anyways, the wife won't let me do it. But yeah, that's why I came here an hour to let you know. Here's what's even worse. Charlotte County Sheriff Bill PRUMMELL has the list too, and he's profiling with it. Freaking profiling.
How are you able to determine that? Just out of curiosity.
Oh no, it's in here. If you email me, I'll send you the original documents. It literally says in here. You know what all this black stuff is? It's the list.
Right.
And he literally says in his emails, see if you can work a case on them, just because they pawned a gun or sold a gun.
Really?
That's bad, right? Come on, you gotta say yes. We're supposed to be a, what do they call it? Gunshine state? Is that how you call it?
I've never heard of that. Gunshine state?
You never heard of that?
No.
You want to be, right? I mean, look at Texas. Was Texas at the church, was that beautiful? Guy shoots, everybody's pulling out, and he's dead. Was that awesome?
I mean, you definitely have the ability to act in defense of others.
Right, correct. So you guys have no clue where I can go now?
I've never run into that. Honestly, somebody's got to be able to tell you who Ed Brodsky's boss is.
I've been trying for 9 months.
Yeah.
It's that bad. By the way, did you guys ever see the list?
No.
Yeah, so you're
That'd
only
be a felony now, wouldn't it?
Right.
so you're only supposed to see the gun and the serial number under
Yeah.
790. You're not supposed to get their names. This list was so fresh when he gave it to me 9 months ago. It was 120 people for 1 month. So if they've been doing this forever, guess how big their list is.
Yeah.
I pay for white peaches. I was called
for all of Sarasota County.
Yes.
That seems a little light. 120 for a month.
For a month for guns sold and pawned.
Right. And it still seems a little light.
No,
for a
I
month.
think that sounds about right.
Yeah. 4 guns a day.
I think that sounds about right.
I don't know. There's a lot of pawn shops.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was for 1 month for Sarasota, and it was 128. I was calling them up. I pay for white pages.
Right.
None of these people were criminals. And then what's really funny? Guess what? One of these people was a cop. He was pawning his own gun. Is that funny?
Yeah.
Or not really? No comment. So that's why I drove an hour. I don't know what to do. It's 9 months. Nobody will do their job.
Like I said, if you had beef with me, you'd go to my boss. You'd
Correct.
go to my captain. And if the captain didn't give you the answer, you'd go to the
So you
deputy
can't
chief.
arrest Tom Knight, even if he committed a felony.
So I would recommend looking into like what the higher power is. That's probably your
The
best
higher
option.
power meaning
Yeah, exactly what we've been talking
DeSantis?
about. Yeah, maybe.
I think it will take DeSantis.
So-
I think that is the only person that can take him out of office, right? Unless he's charged with a felony, then he has to leave, correct? Or you're not sure?
Again, you're asking us about things that you've had 7 months to research.
9 months.
9 months.
Correct.
Yeah, we've had 2 seconds to think about it.
Right, I know. Well, now you got
We're
my...
not even really working right now.
I
so
know,
we didn't come into it with mindset.
I know. Well, now you guys know. Now you guys got my card. If you want the original docs, I'll send you the whole 120 names. It's crazy. Like I said, and one of the... I don't remember if it's a Sarasota sheriff that pawned it or it was one of your guys. But that was funny. I called him up. He's like, how'd you get my name? I was like, oops.
Yeah.
So, hey, so what do you guys got here today? You got the tank, what?
Barbecue.
Oh, I know. Well, at the end, I will get some. We paid for it, right? So, taxpayers.
Right.
Is the tank here or anything, or no?
No, I don't think so.
What about the dogs? Are the dogs here?
There's a canine here.
Is there?
He didn't get it out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not. Okay. So the canine, that's the one for eating people or just sniffing?
Oh, they don't eat people.
All right. Well, Northport does. I don't. So that's why I had to ask, man.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So who is the highest in command here then today?
It's really a community event, and rather than handle it at a community event, you probably should set up an appointment if you.
This is the only time I get to see you guys in one spot. Are you kidding me? Come on, you know that. You know this is what I do.
Yeah.
This is the only chance I get to see you guys in public.
Show up in the day shift. You'll get all the important people.
Say hi.
Right.
You spoke at our board meeting.
Yes.
Glen
Yep.
Oaks.
You look
So
familiar.
I saw you here, and I was like, hey, there he is.
Yeah. All right. I'm glad you guys came out.
So this is a good turnout, or eh?
No, it's a pretty big turnout.
Is it?
There were actually more people here earlier.
Okay, so you guys do this all the time, or you just started?
We don't do necessarily barbecues, but we
Right.
have community initiatives.
Right.
Coffee with the cop. Try to be as transparent as we possibly can. Get people to come. Like he just said I went to his neighborhood association meeting and I talked to them just about.
Right. I will admit that, and I've said it to you guys when I've been up here a couple times before, that yes, you guys are way better than Northport is total assholes.
Yeah.
Charter County's complete assholes. Punta Gorda Police are complete assholes. And you guys are halfway fair. Is it because Michael Barfield has sued the crap out of you guys?
I would like to think that we're more than halfway fair. We try to be a fair agency. So.
All right, that's fair. There was a guy, I thought there was a Copwatch guy up here that was starting to film you guys, that black guy. Whatever happened to him? Is he in jail, or?
I don't know. He comes and goes. He's welcome to film as much as he wants.
Right.
Not,
All right. Yeah, I haven't seen any videos lately.
Here's the thing, though. If you're going to film, show the whole film. Don't edit it. Don't. You can't even talk to that guy and have a normal conversation because he's going to edit it, clip it, and make you look bad in your conversation.
Are you serious? By the way, do you guys got body cameras now?
No, we don't.
Okay, not yet. Are you talking, planning?
When the chief first came here, he actually wanted to be the first to have body cameras. Actually used a grant and went out and bought body cameras.
And
where we run into trouble is, and I'm not the expert on this, so you'd have to talk to our training people.
Right.
I believe our roadblock was the public records. What is public records? What's exempt? If I come into your house, well, listen. If I come into your house, because you're having a verbal altercation with your girlfriend or wife, or whoever's there.
Correct.
My body camera said it has to be on.
Correct.
If I go into your house, is that public record? Is it public record that they get to see your Monet hanging on the wall?
Yes.
Did they get to see the safe and where it is?
Yes.
How is that? So anybody that has beef with you, it's a verbal altercation.
Right.
Now, we've all had fights with our girlfriends
That
and boyfriends
is true.
and wives. So because of a verbal altercation, maybe an opponent of yours gets to get that and blast it all over the news,
In the end,
turn it into things.
In the end, it helps both sides, man. Every place where they did body cameras helped both sides.
And if it is public record, we don't make the rules. We follow the rules.
Right.
Whose job is it to cut and all that video that's going to be requested? We don't have the money.
Right.
So we're saying Michael Barfield comes in and says, I want every video that was recorded from Monday through Friday.
Love him. He got all your warrants for the cell phone Stingray. That was beautiful.
Whose job is it to produce all that video?
Right.
Are you gonna? Is the city going to hire somebody else?
Right.
Are you gonna increase our budget?
You're gonna charge us the lowest paid person in your office to edit. Correct.
I don't know. So our cameras, I believe, went into a closet and said, until the state figures this out and tells us what parameters we're supposed to put on. I believe the cameras would vindicate us more.
Yes, it does.
Than they would get us in trouble. I've got a guy that I'm investigating a complaint on.
Wait a minute. Are you IA?
No, I'm a lieutenant, shift commander.
Interesting. Okay, so your guy?
He's filed a complaint, and I'm as I'm investigating, I'm realizing there's no truth to it.
Right.
It's just he just wants to complain on the cop.
Right.
So if I had the video of the cop, who by the way was on the bottom of the pile when this guy, started throwing punches.
Right.
The video, I would be able to say, look, it didn't happen the way he said.
Absolutely.
So I truly believe that our cops are out here to do a good job.
Right.
Are we perfect? No, we make mistakes from here on in, but I think our intentions are good. And I think the video would show that more often than
It
anything
helps
else, so.
both sides, man.
So,
In fact,
the citizens, honestly,
right.
some of the citizens, they're the ones that got upset about us videotaping them. They want us to be videotaped,
Right.
but they don't want to be videotaped. And I'm saying, no.
They're in public, man.
Yeah.
Correct.
So,
yeah, when you're dealing with a government official, that's gone. Actually, I know I'm probably not going to win, but did you see? Actually, I'm running for sheriff too.
all right.
Because
okay.
I'm sick of Bill's stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm going to free the weed.
Where are you running for sheriff?
Charlotte County.
Charlotte, okay.
Yes. Nobody's running against him. It's disgusting. But that's one thing on my agenda. You write a ticket, get arrested, you got to have video. If you don't, no ticket or video. What do you think?
Somebody wants to give us the cameras and the parameters
Right.
on which
Right.
on which we're allowed to be a public record, and
Right.
I know that our chief would go for that.
Right.
So
But yeah, doesn't it make sense? Like you said, you got a guy that made a false statement, possibly, and if he had video, you already know.
I would also be an advocate if somebody comes in and make a false statement. That's a false statement.
That is true. That is very, very. Well, here's the problem. Heck, since we're talking about this, with all police agencies, is it law that anybody can come in and file a complaint? Or is it per agency?
I can't speak on the other agencies. I know we have a very liberal. How you doing?
God bless you. Thank you so much.
So you
We
can
have a
call it
very
in,
liberal policy.
email it in, anything, right? Punta Gorda is telling me I have to come in, fill out their paper, and swear it out in person.
Every department's different.
But guess what?
We operate by our own general orders.
That's right. On the website and the paper itself, it says I can call it in, email it in, all of that, and they're violating it.
Yeah.
So what do you do after that?
I don't know.
The accreditation that they have?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Maybe you could point that out to the accreditation board.
They won't call me back.
That's bizarre.
I know, isn't that weird? Anyways, man, you were totally fair. Good to meet you, man.
Yep.
You have a good day.
How you doing, man?
Not too bad. Can I ask a question? Sure. What do we do about this situation? I just drove up from Charlotte County. Do you guys know that the Sarasota Sheriff, Tom Knight, has an illegal list of gun owners? It's a third-degree felony, $5 million fine. We found out about it 9 months ago. And under 790.235, it says that, if I have the evidence, I give it to the state attorney, which I did, Ed Brodsky, once in person. He did nothing. Then I filed it again with an affidavit that was notarized, gave it to him in person, and he still did nothing, even though under the law, he has to do something when given evidence. What do I do when he's not doing his job? I mean, did you guys ever see this list?
I don't even know what you're
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you pawn a gun or sell a gun, you guys know about the pawn database, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Under 790, you're only supposed to get the gun and the serial number, unless it comes up hot. Then you get the rest of their names and everything. So 9 months ago, I was out. By the way, here's my card. My name's Andy. I'm a reporter for Charlotte County Copwatch. So I was out fishing for records, and I asked for the gun pawn list, okay? And the records lady didn't ask enough people, and she gave it to me. So 1 month, 120 names. And
What are they, convicted felons or something?
no, none of them. So what's happening is that all they did was sell a gun or pawn a gun. Under 790, they're in this situation, the sheriff is only supposed to get this gun and the serial number to see if it's hot, right? Then if it comes up hot, then he gets the rest of their information. By the way, I blotted this out. I got raw. If you guys email me, I'll send you the raw. 120 names. So like I said, I've done my part. By the way, State Attorney General, if given the evidence, is supposed to fine him $5 million in civil court. I personally gave her the information. She won't do her job. So what do you do when nobody will do their job? Can you guys arrest him? It's a felony.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say anything that's not
Right.
right. I don't know enough about it. Plus, I work for the city of Sarasota,
Right.
not the sheriff's office. So.
Did you ever see the pawn list yourself? And then what's worse, Charlotte County Sheriff has the pawn list too. It's right here. And what's worse, he's profiling. He's literally saying, see if you can work a case on him. And they won't do anything to him either. We got all those emails too.
I'm sorry, I don't have really much to say about it.
So who would I go to DeSantis, DOJ?
Who does the sheriff work for?
Huh?
Doesn't the sheriff work for the governor? Just like you said?
So that's what you think? Maybe go to him, right?
Attorney General? I mean, you're gonna
Yeah,
ask them.
well, I already did that. She won't do it. Yeah, already did that. So since this is a state law, can the DOJ get involved?
Yeah, if there's the state, like DOJ through the statewide prosecutors,
Right.
can prosecute state crimes. Usually they're in multiple jurisdictions.
Right.
If FDLE is involved.
Right.
Right. And the federal government obviously would be one branch of it.
Somebody told me the feds can't do it because it's state law, but then if they're not obeying state law, it kind of makes sense that they could come in and force them to, or?
I mean, I used to work with the feds, but we did all kinds of fun stuff.
Right.
Depends. I don't know
Right.
the answer.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So from what you guys know, at least you guys don't have the list, right?
Not that I'm aware of, no, but I haven't been in criminal investigations in many years, so.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, if you shoot me an email, I'll send you the rest of it. Here's what was insane. I pay for white pages, so I was calling these people to see if they were criminals, like I said.
Right.
None of them are criminals. They just pawned a gun or sold a gun, that's all. It violated no crime. One of the people I called was a...
But what happened when they, I don't understand the whole message. They pawned a gun, right?
Yes.
And then what happened?
They pawned a gun,
Okay.
and either the place kept it,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Right.
They just took the money and walked away, or
Okay.
they got it back.
Okay.
And anybody who sold, so if you sell a gun to a gun store or the
Right.
pawn shop,
Yeah.
you also go on this list.
Okay. And this list, what does this list mean? What's happening to the people on the list?
That's what's sad. They're, in my opinion, well, we know for sure Charlotte County Sheriff is profiling him because we got so is Northport Police,
Well,
by
I
the
guess
way.
what I'm asking you is, 'cause
Okay.
I'm just curious.
All right.
You go and you pawn a gun.
Yes.
And you get $100 and
Yes.
you leave it there. And
Yes.
Your name's John Smith and you have no felony conviction.
That's
and you
correct.
leave.
That's correct.
Then you're saying Tom Knight will put that guy on a list.
Yep.
To be looked at by who?
Exactly. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Well, this is what I'm going to say. He's not supposed to be getting all this information. He was only supposed to get the
Okay.
gun.
I
Okay.
understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right there, he violated this.
I
When
see.
when he did the search, he's
Right.
only supposed to search for this, not this. So he violated there.
Okay.
In
So you're
Charlotte,
saying it's a public records thing. It's a sunshine thing then, right? Is that kind of where you're at? He's obtaining information that's exempted that he shouldn't have, and then creating a list of information that if he's not supposed to have the names. Is that what you're saying?
actually, in my opinion, he's just flat out. He knows he's not supposed to do it, and he did it anyways. Like I said, because in the search, in the pawn search, you did
Yeah.
say that you did used to work in the
Years
pawn.
ago.
Okay,
not,
so
not pawns. I was in narcotics, but I was in CID. I was a sergeant in CID.
okay, so remember
Okay.
when you're on the pawn list, you can put in whatever you want to search for.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
He was putting in stuff he's not supposed to be looking at.
But not him. I wonder who, Intel or someone under.
I will admit the
Yeah.
person that screwed up was a records person, and she got in trouble.
Gotcha. Okay.
By the way,
Now-
Tom tried to charge me with this.
Oh, really?
By the way, 790 is for government workers. I'm a
used to charge 790.23 sub 1 all the time. Felons in possession of a firearm.
Dude.
So, I don't
No, well, he tried to charge me with 790.335, third-degree felony for having the list. That's only pertaining to government workers. So he already got slapped on that. But that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
He gave me the list accidentally through records, and then he tried to charge me when he was the one that was illegally obtaining information.
I guess my comment would be DeSantis is your next option, I suppose. I don't know.
I know
and
every.
I work for the city, so
I know every. Okay, what's your opinion? Ed Brodsky's good or corrupt or what?
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay,
I work for the
get out of uniform and give me your opinion. He's good, bad, dirty? Is there anybody in his office that I can talk to and say, hey man, he's not doing his job?
I have no idea. I
Okay,
don't
who
work
is
there.
his boss?
Who's?
Brodsky. Ashley Moody or DeSantis?
Well, he's the 12th Judicial Circuit State Attorney.
Right.
Does each circuit respond to Ashley Moody under DOJ and then the governor? Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either,
haven't
but
taken
I think
government
it's
since
kind of like that. I think it is kind of
Yeah,
like
I think
that.
because they're broken up in circuits.
Correct.
And Ashley Moody is involved and then the governor.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you do if Ashley Moody's not doing her job?
See, See ya. Bye. You too.
Because like I said, I've approached Ashley Moody twice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you get DOJ involved?
I can't do anything. I'm at a picnic.
Does DOJ have anything over this, do you think?
I have no idea.
Oh, man. Email them if you want all the raw stuff, dude. It's sad. And it gets worse. You know what else? You know what else they're passing around nationwide to every agency you can think of? You ever heard of the non-approval list? Dude, everybody that was non-approved to get a gun on the 3-day thing, they're putting them on a list, sharing it nationwide, even though I know Eric Friday, the best gun lawyer in Florida. He can beat 90% of those cases. 90% of them. They gave me 44,000 names.
Are you recording?
Huh?
Are you recording?
My eyes and my ears are. So, I'm a reporter.
That's what I figured. I figured I would ask you. I'm actually our acting PIO when Genevieve's out of town sometimes. I help her out.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, are you letting free speech reign on Facebook?
What?
Are you letting free speech reign on Facebook?
I'm not even on Facebook.
Who runs the Facebook page there?
It depends on who's the acting PIO or
Right.
Genevieve.
When a government entity touches it, it should turn into free speech, correct?
I'm not going to say anything else.
Oh, man. You've been fair, man. Good to meet you. You have a good day. All right. Can I ask a K9 guy a question? Hey, oh, come on. I didn't even start yet. All right. What do you know about that Northport situation where they let that dog eat the guy's arm, dude? All right. Yeah. He was on the ground. He was not a threat. Would you let your dog eat the guy's arm?
I don't know anything about the whole situation.
Right.
That they went through.
All right.
So
you're not into that though. You wouldn't do that, right? They
not.
almost had to cut his arm off.
I'm not going to comment on anything like that.
Why, do you have the dog that eats people or it searches?
How you doing? I'm Dimitri Konstantopoulos, Patrol Captain, Sarasota Police Department. You guys are excused. You guys can go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah.
What's going on today? How are you? Did you come for the barbecue?
Yes, and to make conversation like I said in the paper. Correct.
All right. You've been asking us a set of questions that our officers aren't going to be answering at this time. I'm not going to answer any of your questions. I'm not going to answer any of your questions.
Right.
This is a family barbecue, a community barbecue, and you're going around. These guys are supposed to be mingling with people here.
I ask questions and I walk away.
Well, it's good to meet you.
Okay.
Take care.
Yeah. So what is that? A threat?
No, it's not a threat.
Sure.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Did you guys know?
How are you? Did we know what?
Man, I came all the way from Charlotte County to ask the Sarasota police, what do I do if the Sarasota Sheriff, Tom Knight, has an illegal list of gun owners?
Has the legal list of
An
what?
illegal list of gun owners.
Gun owners.
So there's a statute called 790.335 that the sheriff, the police, nobody's supposed to have this list of gun owners.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's a third-degree felony and a $5 million fine.
Wow.
And they won't charge Tom Knight with this crime.
And he has that list?
Yeah, he gave me the list. I got 130. Wow. You want my card? I'll send you the list.
Wow.
Here's my card, man.
Wow.
Dude, it's sad. For 9 months, we've had this information. If I have the evidence, I'm supposed to give it to the state attorney, Ed Brodsky, and he's supposed to prosecute.
And he won't.
He will not.
A lot of money tied into it.
Dude, this is the biggest freaking gun class action lawsuit in Florida's history if we can break it open.
He's not going to do nothing because he's with them. Like, they got him tied in.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but he's a prosecutor. He's a prosecuting attorney.
Yeah,
yes.
They're friends. They're all friends and shit.
Still, it breaks the law. I mean,
Yes.
He could lose his life.
Dude, if I did a third-degree felony, would they arrest me?
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm wearing the shirt. They want to arrest me, man. Right?
There's a lot of corruption.
Oh,
And you know,
it's sad, man.
Wow.
Hey, what happened to that guy that was doing auditing up here with the camera? There was a black guy up here doing auditing. He was doing killer videos on YouTube. Did you ever hear him or see him?
I don't. What was he doing? Tell me this.
He's doing what they call audit. Like if somebody got pulled over by the cops, he would go up and film it just to make sure they weren't.
One of the guys that were doing it was his name. It's a nickname, but everybody knows him by that name.
Right.
DUNC. They call him Dunk. But
okay.
his last name is Merritt. He's in Newtown Estate. I mean, in Newtown.
Okay.
If you ask anybody, can I find Don't Merritt?
Right.
If you tell him Scurry is the one that referred you to him,
okay,
then he won't freak out and think you're some FBI dude or something.
Yeah, that would be bad. Right.
But no, but I mean, he's very much about, you know, holding them accountable. You know.
If you don't, it only gets worse, correct?
Yeah.
So I'm a reporter for Copwatch. I've been doing it for 7 years, and yeah, that's why I started doing it. I could not believe how corrupt it was,
He's got
man.
a bunch. I mean, he posts most of his videos and stuff as well.
Does it say free the weed?
Yes. Will you vote for me?
I will.
All right, there you go. But I'm running in Charlotte County.
Okay.
Yeah. Our sheriff down here, dude, if you have a roach, he's putting you in jail. Is that stupid?
Are you serious?
A roach. Is that a waste of money?
Wow, that is a big waste of money.
It is.
They get paid.
It's stupid.
They still get paid.
I think what we found out is what's wrong with him. He has a stick way up his ass. He doesn't drink, smoke, drug, nothing. He's a teetotaler, and he expects you to be.
Yeah.
Even though, who is the biggest drug dealer that we all know? Your doctor. You're a doctor. Yes, he's awake. You're awake.
I was a nurse for 18 years.
Oh, then you know,
Yeah,
man.
I got injured working as a nurse.
Right.
And they wanted to put me on all of those pharmaceutical meds, and
Wow.
I didn't allow them to.
Oh, look what it's doing to people.
Yeah.
Did you hear the sick part about this? Okay, the drug companies that got everybody hooked are now making the drug to get you unhooked.
Yeah.
Is
Is
that messed
not
up?
only that, one of the reasons why they can't take down Big Pharma,
Right.
besides the fact that the American Medical Association is one of the biggest lobbying groups
Yes,
in
it
the
is.
country.
Right.
Secondly, those same companies make cancer meds and pediatric meds.
That's
and
right.
So you can't.
And they don't want to
close
cure
those.
cancer, isn't that weird?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't be surprised, but
Right, yeah, I
from
would.
the inside, I've seen so much stuff.
the thing.
The bureaucracy
Right.
of healthcare.
Knowledge is power.
It is,
You have that on
absolutely.
someone.
I know I'm doing the right thing because I used to, how long ago was it? 2 years ago, I had a YouTube channel with 70 million views, 4 million views a month, 50,000 subscribers. I didn't make any money because everything's
Why?
copyright strike. Because everything's copyright. And when you're doing news stories and you grab clips of other people's stuff and you make commentary,
Right.
you still get hit.
But when you have that many viewers, usually somebody will want to advertise something.
So guess what happened?
What?
The day 2 years ago that I went to Charlotte County Sheriff's accreditation, you know, they all get accredited, right? We got accredited, we're awesome. I went there to tell them that that's bullshit, you guys are corrupt. That same day it got taken down. Isn't that weird?
No, that's not weird.
That's
not
he's
weird.
awake.
That means that you're on them.
I'm on a radar.
Better be careful though.
Oh, in fact, this is how on the radar I am. I love doing records requests. That's how you find this stuff, right? Okay. I asked the Florida Department of Law Enforcement Fusion Center. Do you know they have that?
No.
Florida has their own fusion center. It's kind of like the NSA where they put all the data. Okay. So I said, is my name in there, and how much will it cost to get the records? How much is the bill, do you think?
Like $1 million or something like that?
280 bucks. That's enough to where they got a bunch of information.
Wow.
Just because I do reporting on police corruption. Is that sad?
Wow.
You know what's more sad? The sheriff in Charlotte County is doing it too, and he's literally profiling them. Just because they pawned a gun or sold a gun. Okay, these aren't criminals. He's profiling them. He literally says in these emails, you email me, I'll send you copies. He's literally saying in the email, see if you can work a case on him.
Wow.
Is that American?
Wow.
Is that constitutional?
So somebody pawns a gun, he's trying to set him up
Yes.
to get in more trouble.
Does that make you happy?
Not at all. What's up, baby? What's up, sir? How are you, man?
All right. Tired.
Yeah. Good to see you, baby.
Good to see you.
So was this a good turnout for today? I've never been to
It
theirs.
was a good turnout. Yeah.
Right.
Good turnout.
I've been to Northport's. Theirs
I've been
was
telling
like
more
nuts.
people, I'm a veteran.
Right.
I was a nurse for 18 years. I'm getting ready to go back into nursing. I'm also a recovering addict.
Very good. I am too. I'm a friend of Bill. Good to meet you, man.
Absolutely, friend of Bill, yes.
Very good.
And I've been wanting the people who have had, fortunately, because of the grace of God, I don't have any felonies convictions or anything.
Right.
But the people that do, I want them to fight to get their rights back.
Yes.
Roll with it. Because they're apathetic because they think that, their one voice isn't going to mean anything. But it will, and also it'll get them involved enough to pay attention to stuff like this.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because knowledge, like you said, knowledge is power. The things that you don't know,
correct,
you know, will hurt you. You know, they say what you don't know can't hurt you, but that's baloney. It's the opposite of that.
In fact, now I know why they don't want you to get your rights back to vote. In Charlotte County, I did not know this until it was in the paper the other day. How many felons in Charlotte County?
I have no idea, but how many?
17,000.
Wow.
You can tweak an election,
Absolutely.
can't you?
Absolutely.
That's why they're scared. And I don't know if you agree with this or not. I believe it all started back when we freed the slaves. We had to put them back into slavery.
I was just telling you that. That's how the
That's real.
started.
Yes.
I actually know that as history. When they did release them, they came up with that loitering law.
Yes.
To rearrest them or to arrest
and
them.
to make you a slave again, and take away your voting right and your guns.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Isn't it weird? That's why everything's a felony now, because they make you a slave.
Yeah. And people people think I'm just spouting off. You know,
You're not.
I'm not racist, and I'm not, you know, paranoid.
Right.
It's just true stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the way you destroy a community.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
As you keep them enslaved. And it's been like we watched the Godfather movie, and it's a great, iconic movie.
Right.
But when the Italian, you know, mob is saying, well, I don't care if you sell the drugs, as long as you sell the drugs in those neighborhoods.
That's right.
Not realizing that it would flood, you know.
That's right.
It's gonna cross over. It's going to break down barriers. And now when it's a problem now, like the epidemic now.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you a show. Go on YouTube and watch what's the comic's name. Not Chris Rock, the other one, Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
His last show was iconic. Every taboo subject that you're not supposed to.
He touched it?
He touched it. And he did it in such a genius way that it was enlightening, it was funny, it brought people together.
Right.
He talked about it, you know, and it was real issues. And one of those was that when the drug of choice that was an epidemic at the time was crack cocaine.
Right.
How long it took, you know, for major legislation to happen.
Right.
But now that the average age of people that are overdosing is 22.
Yep.
That now it's an epidemic. And so finally now we have things like this where we have coalitions that involve the paramedics, the emergency room department, the legal system, every entity in our society that's touched by our young people dying are finally coming to the table and saying, okay, let's share ideas and let's figure this out. You know, let's work together. You know, but it's, I won't say too late, but they're playing catch up.
It's kind of close.
Because and this is another thing you're going to see. You're a reporter. You're going to see this unfold and be major news in the next 3 to 5 years. Okay, our current president, which I was a veteran, so I don't, you know, politics. I don't. Really, but when you look at where most of the drugs are flooding in from, China, Mexico, and heroin from the Middle East.
Correct.
Those are the 3 countries he's pissed off the most.
Right.
So there's a third type of fentanyl that is being flooded into the country that it has no medicinal purpose.
Correct.
The first was fentanyl. We use that in the hospital.
Correct.
Carfentanil they use as tranquilizers for Ben. This third one, there's no reason to have it that strong other than let's get it into America and kill people.
Correct.
So chemical warfare is really happening right now.
I agree.
Under our noses, and they're not aware of it. So we have to have somebody address that on a national level, like medicine in a hospital is so controlled. My first thought when they were saying fentanyl was flooding the streets in every city of America, like how could you even get that much into the country?
Unless you're doing major bulk, correct.
Yeah, it has to be. And then the sad thing is that when you look at a show called Snow, and then another movie with Tom Cruise in it. Tom Cruise was a pilot when cocaine epidemic first hit.
Yes.
And they used it to fund the Contra War.
Yes.
Yeah, and at the same time, that president, which was Reagan, his wife was saying, just say no.
I know.
And they were flooding the United States with cocaine.
But who started? Actually, the one that started the war was Nixon.
Yeah.
He's the one
and
that
then he got
started.
impeached, and then so he had. It's just.
But it's a continue. Okay, what's your opinion of this? It sounds like you are awake. Do you know that America has the most people in prison and jail than the whole rest of the world?
Absolutely.
Okay, you already know. So the other problem that we have is we have to stop policing for profit. Dude, did our founding fathers fight for everything to be illegal?
No.
No.
No. And when they started privatizing,
and it is, correct?
When they started privatizing prisons, it's now a business.
Correct, yeah.
You know, so how do you increase your revenue? You arrest more people and charge them with long.
Well, I already told you, my sheriff's put people in jail for a roach. How stupid is that?
That's crazy.
Man.
That's crazy.
So if you guys want more documents, email me. They're there. I'm gonna let you go down. They're shutting down. Good to meet an awake person. Andy.
Andy, I'm Scurry.
Good to meet you. What's your name?
Dante.
Good to meet you.
You as well.
And Bill is awesome, man.
All right. Yes, he is.
Hey Sheriff County, this is Sheriff County Copwatch. I am using any video here with under fair use if you have criticism, reporting, teaching, etc. And please donate. I do not make money from YouTube, and there are different ways to donate in the video links. Thanks.